Alright guys, welcome to Mr. Dada's Tutorials. Today I want to show you how to make a title block and a few other things along the way from a part file that you made. A few things quick. I know I talked about this in class, but just be aware of everything that's happening over here. As you know, this keeps track of all your sketches along the way that you've compiled as you made your part file. You can double click these, go back into them to modify the sketch. And sometimes, after you do an extrude, the sketch will disappear. And that's what that eyeball's for. If you want that sketch to come back, it's called visibility. You can, sometimes you need those lines to return so you can do other extrudes that might have been in the sketch that you didn't do. And you wonder where those lines went or where that sketch went. Just turn the visibility back on, or you can also turn it off if you don't want to see those existing lines. Same thing down here at the bottom. This keeps track of all the extrudes that you've done, this timeline. If you double click those extrudes, you can modify them if you made a mistake or you want to change them. Alright, so if you want to make a drawing file from a part, you're going to go up here, File, New, Drawing, leave that on Drawing, Create New. We're going to put this on Manual. We're going to change the sheet size to A. That's an 8.5 by 11 normal sheet of computer paper. Say OK. Now what it does is it automatically prompts us. I didn't do anything. It's ready to bring in the part. And it's doing that because we have a part open. And it knows that that's the part, or at least it assumes that that's the part that we want to put in this drawing file. And I can start to place my views now, but I'm going to actually hit escape and cancel that operation for now. Or you can hit cancel over here. Because first we have to modify this. This title block is way too big. We don't want that. We're going to get rid of that and make our own. And you can either click on this and hit delete, or you should also, again, be aware of what's happening up here in this list. There's your title block. If you click on the caret and expand the sheet settings, it tells you a little bit about your sheet. You can make modifications to it. We can right click on this and see that there's some options. But we're just going to go ahead and you can actually click on that eyeball and turn off the visibility of the title block, or you could come down here and just hit delete and get rid of it altogether. Alright. What we're actually going to do is my bad. We're going to click New Title Block. So I right-clicked on that, and then click New Title Block. And we're going to name it. Say OK. That's going to bring us into a new group of tools here that we can use. We're going to use the line tool, and we're going to make our own title block. So click on the line tool. Now this is a little different the way this is going to work. We're going to zoom in here to this endpoint. So we can snap onto that endpoint, and we can come up here, but it's a little odd the way that it behaves, a little different than AutoCAD. It's snapping to nearest, but just make sure that that says 90 degrees, because it could be a little bit off. It doesn't really snap on and create a vertical line if you don't watch carefully that you're set to 90 degrees there. We're going to come up. My apologies. We're going to come up 3/8 of an inch, which is equal to 0.375. Why is that not typing? Oh, right. So this is where, again, it doesn't behave normally. I don't know why it won't let us type values into these fields, but we're just gonna get it close by trying to get as close to 0.375 as we can. That's fine. Now we're going to snap back to that endpoint, zoom out, come all the way across, and We're going to make sure we're on 0 degrees there so we know we have a perfectly horizontal line. We're going to click again. Then we're going to snap to this endpoint. We're going to come over, and we're going to come over about, get as close as you can to 3.5 inches. Then snap again. We're going to come straight up. Of course, I can't see the the degrees. Then we're going to come over 1.5 inches. Snap again, come down 90 degrees. Snap again, come over another 1.5 inches. Snap again, come up. Come over. Our final line here is going to be another 1.5 inches. And then come straight down 90 degrees. There's our title block. Alright. So you can actually, I don't know if they'll print, they probably won't, I don't think you'll see, you can kind of see it here, but if you want to delete those, you can. We really only need the vertical lines that we made. Now we're going to go ahead and make a text box, click the big A, and then we're going to kind of get it right in the middle here, try and center it, click, change this to 0.125, which is 1/8 inch high text. Then we're going to type all caps, name, colon, and then your full name. Then hit close. And if it's not perfectly centered in there, you can always click on it, drag a little bit, and get it to your satisfaction there. Going to go back up to text. Same thing, text box. Of course, it doesn't remember, 0.125. Then we're going to do date. Then you're going to put the date. Then we're going to do another one here. That's going to be scale, colon. Typically they're going to be 1:1, but sometimes that could change. Oops, almost to make that 125. That could change if we change the scale, so watch out for that. Then we're going to do click again. And this one's going to be period, colon, and then whatever your period is. And finally, the drawing number. DWG is fine to abbreviate for drawing. And then whatever that number is that we're currently working on. Alright, and I'm not going to waste the time to make them all pretty, but you should go through and kind of do a little bit better job of centering them just a little bit within that area. All right, now you can hit Finish Title Block or click on the green check mark up here. Either way, there it is. Now to bring in the drawing, okay, you're going to go up here and click on Base View. Now again, it prompts us with the correct drawing because I have it open. If that drawing wasn't open, it would basically bring up your file to find the drawing that you would want to bring into this file. Now, you cannot assume that this is the front view. It is your job to drop in the correct front view, and you should always drop in the front view first. So you got to go over here to orientation. You need to change it. You need to find the correct front view by changing this until you find the view that matches up with your front view. Once you do that, you're going to drop that into place. The scale, I'll just leave it at this, but the teacher will tell you what your scale should be. Now, once you drop that in, you're going to come up here and click Projected View. Now I'm going to click on this white space as long as you see it's kind of highlighted. Now, the computer does it for you. just kind of come in whatever direction you want to go in. If you just pull your mouse, you'll see how it generates all these different views. So I'm going to come straight up, click to drop in my top view. I'm going to go to the right, click to drop in my right side view. And then I'm always going to want you to make an isometric. So I'm going to click one more time here to make an isometric. You can see it makes it based on the angle in which direction you draw or which direction you pull your mouse in. And then you can hit the green check mark right here to save what you've done. Now, if I right click on one of these, I can see the different properties about or different options. If I double click on it, this menu comes back, and these settings here, see style, visible edges, visible with hidden edges, shaded, shaded with hidden edges. Now I want these to be with hidden lines, obviously. So that's what was already set by default, visible with hidden edges. And that's fine for that. But this one, if I double click it, I want that to be shaded. I want you to make the isometric view shaded only. All right. And you could also change the scale of that one. Sometimes I'll tell you, if you have room, make that one a little bit bigger. Looks kind of cool sometimes if it's a little larger than the other views, just to make it stand out. See the details. Center marks. So it's going to have some center marks here by default. However, you cannot assume that they are correct. For example, these center marks, they're not correct. You don't put a center line going down through a solid cylinder like that. Now these are, it did those for us. But this, I'm going to click on that and I can just delete it. So you have to double check your work. You have to double check what the computer did. You can't assume that it's right. So we have center lines here that it did for us. But what about this center line? So I'm going to come up here, click on the center line tool, and what you do is, see it says select first edge. So I'm going to click on both hidden lines, 1, 2, and it puts it in between that space for you. Okay? I'm going to hit escape to clear. Well, what happens if there wasn't a center line here? Let me just show you what you would do. As you could probably assume, yes, here's center mark, the one for circles. Click on it, click on the circle, it puts it right in for you. All right. So that's a little bit about how to do your, bring in a drawing file, how to do center lines, how to make some adjustments to things. Just explore it. Try different things, right click, see what kind of options you have available. Double click, brings up this menu, changing scale, changing the style, changing different types of things with center marks and whatnot. But the next thing we'll talk about is how to do dimensions, and that'll be another lesson. Thanks.